when you're looking at these schedules, there's a decent amount of winnable games with teams who are still kind of in that bottom tier, trying to figure out if they can make the playoffs or not. But the question is, Ryan, is it worth fighting for the play-in? And you kind of was talking about it behind the scenes, and you didn't exactly say it, but I kind of know what you're alluding to, and I'm gonna just let you give your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I'm always going to be on the side of winning. I feel like with the young players playing, and they're winning games, that's going to do a lot for their development, and that's going to create winning habits for those young players. So I'm always going to be on the side of winning as opposed to losing and tanking games. But here's my concern because you have to remember, before the Knicks went on this 3-game winning streak, we were all here complaining about Thibs coaching and how Knicks need to change their coach and how there has to be changes on the roster and this and that to incorporate more of the younger players and get them more minutes and things of that nature. So my only concern with the Knicks winning games and getting into that play-in is the front office. Will they feel like these changes still need to be made? Or will they be like, you know what? They're winning. They got into the play-in. Randall is playing better. Fournier's playing better, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just stick with what we got.
Yeah.
And then go into the next season, and then next season the same problems are going to occur again, where the young players are not going to be getting much playing time. They're just going to rely on the vets, and the Knicks are going to be basically playing to win, and whatever the case may be. So, do I want the Knicks to win it and make the play-in? Of course I do, because I think winning is good for the youth, especially the fact that we're playing the youth a lot of minutes right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, will the front office have the know-it-all to be like, okay, even though the Knicks are winning and it got into the play-in, this roster cannot remain the way it was last season. So we still have to make these same changes despite the fact that the Knicks are winning and they got into that play-in. That's my only concern with the Knicks winning right now.
Yeah, I agree with you then. I knew that's where he was going. And you're absolutely right. I think the Knicks making the play-in signals to the front office that everything is okay. And I'm not sure if that's the case, considering the fact that even though we made the play-in, we're still going to be considerable games under 500. And that's not where you want to be as a franchise. You don't want to be considerable amount of games under 500. So, like, it might delay the process of moving some vets. It might delay the process. If you're not a fan of Thibs, he's gonna take credit. See, I told you he could do it. It can, he'll definitely be here. He'll definitely get a whole season next season if we make the play-in. I believe, and if that's not what you're looking for, that can be what happens here. And it'll be like you said, like Ryan G said, it'll be great for the young guys. If RJ Barrett performs great in the playoffs this season, it's gonna be great. And Thibs will take credit for developing RJ Barrett. And to be honest, I think he deserves a lot of credit for helping RJ Barrett develop. I think that's probably one of his biggest accomplishments while being here. On the flip side of that, I'm not sure if he's been so great at developing, some of the other young guys here. Like, I feel like he's kind of missed the boat on some of giving the other guys opportunities, and that's where I feel like he's falling short. My hope is if we do make the play-in, that the front office is still smart enough to bare minimum take a look at that part and kind of have like a performance review. Still, like, hey, Sims is. You see how Tim's got 10 rebounds in the first quarter against Joel Embiid. Don't forget that he's still here. Don't forget that he still needs some minutes. Like, they need to stay on Tom Thibodeau, regardless if he made the play-in or not. And that's my take on it. And somebody said Obi too. He said picks for Timmy says I don't think Thibs bodes well for Obi. And I 100% agree with you there too as well. I don't think Thibs bodes well for Obi. I feel like us making a play-in guarantees Randall is here for another season. It guarantees Thibs is here for another season. And it kind of puts guys like McBride, Cam, and Obi in general, those three guys in particular, might be in a little bit of trouble next season on like where they are in development. So that's what I think. The front office is gonna have to like kind of step in and make some decisions. And like I said, the last few episodes, moving on from Fournier and Burks, one or the other or both, might solve a lot of issues with us developing the youth. Because then you can have Cam play with RJ or Grimes play with RJ. And you can also have Cam get minutes as well. And have Obi have the opportunity to play still as well. But still, in that scenario, still Obi is still in trouble because he's still behind Randall. And I feel like you're going to end up flipping Obi anyway, to be honest with you, if Randall is still here. And yeah, that's really have to say about that.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Wait, we still have more callers. Okay, let's get to it. All right, next caller up.